Hello everybody and welcome to episode 12 of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. As you can see, there's quite a bit of things that are different, a little bit at least, because I did some work in between episodes. I was home for the weekend and I had a bit more time, so I have metal presses here set up so I can use those to make plates, and also there's plates, there's rods, and there's wires, which are really cool. There's also other machines that can do it in one block. For example, the pressurizer over here can do it as well, but this requires 2000 RF per tick, and it's kind of slower unless we upgrade it. So in the end, when we get upgrades and when we have a huge amount of power production, we can just use the pressurizer because it's probably going to be faster with the speed upgrades. But for now, we're going to use metal presses. I can set them up in a more permanent spot somewhere, but for now they're over there and it's all good. I also set up the empowerer because I needed diamantine crystal blocks empowered, so I could make these, which require the empowered diamantine crystal block. And this is a different recipe than it normally is. It's manulin, malachite, zirconium dust, and mana diamonds. Mana diamonds is Botania. Manulin is easy. It's cobalt and ardite. Malachite, I went to go to a specific biome. I think I have it in here, to the mangrove. I think it spawns in swamps, and I just went down digging a little bit and I found a single ore piece or something, and I just fortuned it and got 3, so I could get 3 spawner changers because I could get 3 malachite basically, and I can just go mining for more. And in the end we can get, if we look at the recipe, this malachite. We can get malachite essence, but that requires tier 4 seeds, which is just a whole bunch of recipes, and we need to progress in magic if we want to do anything with mystical agriculture, which we will do soon, probably today. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I want to show you more stuff that I did. I reset up the coke oven, and down in the back here, I have a demonically gargantuan drum storing creosote oil, and it's just being pulled out by this fluid tank and then stored in the drum. And the drum has a different recipe. The stone drum is stone burnt and double compressed cobblestone and buckets, and then it's 1 stone drum plus 2 cauldrons plus dense iron plates and iron sheet metal to make an iron drum. And then the reinforced drum is compressed diamonds, no problem. Dense gold plates, again, no problem. We have the metal presses and the pressurizer, which can do dense gold plates. Then 3 iron drums, and then this one is demonic large plates. Demonic ingots, you've seen me do. It's just nether brick, and the lava in the middle. And the Klein bottles is the bottle of enchanting and ender dust. And you can get bottles of enchanting by putting experience into a fluid tank from Ender.io from here, and then you just put in glass bottles and it makes enchanted bottles. That is easy like that. And the ender pearls I have to grind manually here in this grindstone because the other way is the pulverizer, but we're not there yet. Okay, hello. Okay, so I increased the sieve production. As you can see, I have plenty of the factories, but I'll show that in a moment. And this has finished now. We have 4,000 of each of the processors, and I'm going to increase these 2. I don't think we're going to need any more than that diamond ones, but that's going to happen later because we have quite a bit of resources in the system. But for sieves here, I believe this guy is making dust, this guy's making glass, this guy's making sand, this guy's making silicon because I added him differently, and this one's making gravel. So we have a gravel sieve with a diamond, we have a gravel sieve with a flint, we have a sand sieve with a diamond, and we have a sieve that does nothing, and a sieve that does dust with a diamond. And you can see it's all enchanted. I just used an enchanting table, and then I used a lens of disenchanting, this guy, lens of disenchanting. That's why I needed more empower. So empowering, that's how I did that. I needed this to disenchant the sieves so I could get new enchantments on them. And I got sieve efficiency 5, fortune 3, and sieve luck of the sieve 3. So it makes the maximum amount of items. And is it all good? We can also add this guy to sieve, let's say, gravel if we want more coal or more diamonds and emeralds, for example, produced. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so in the back here, I solved our black quartz problem. I still need to add an ME cable and a whatchamacallit, the external storage bus. That's the one. I was like, my brain derped. So this guy's gonna keep on processing crushed black quartz and putting it into this drawer, and we can upgrade it more if we wanted to store more, which we can do. Hold on. Ow. Don't know why I took damage. Storage. Now I made a bunch of emerald storage upgrades because we have a bunch of emeralds through the sifting. I'm going to show you that in a moment, but we can just get all of these upgrades on. Let's get an empty hand and take these 2 out and put 2 more in. So it's going to store just a bunch of black quartz, which is lovely. So how I'm processing everything, we extract with some speed upgrades off the sieves or off the material stonework factories. At least the gravel one needs speed upgrades because it has to distribute to 2 of them. And then over here we extract with more speed upgrades, and we have an insert filter so each of the sieves just gets the right item because we're extracting on the same channel. And then it goes on round robin into all of the compressors. So the compressors are configured to only keep the ore pieces, and I have it blocked with stone brick. And then the rest gets extracted on the black channel into the ores go into the, I can't click on it, the enriching factory, and the rest goes with filters into the ender chest. Over here I have 2 basic item filters, and now I can make more advanced filters because I got more ender pearls, because we're gonna get to that. And then the white insert is just everything that gets processed on the top, goes into here. So the ender chest is then hooked up to the drawer controller, and that is it. Over here, everything else finished. We have 4000 chart certus. We have finished on the pure certus and pure fluix, and all the on the fluix crystals. And we also still need the fluix dust and certus quartz dust because that's required in some of the recipes to make the quartz glass. But we'll get to that at some point. Then over here, I wanted to just play around with getting our wood production going. So the sawmill makes us a bunch of planks, and I just have an exporter or an export bus down here exporting wood. Then the precision sawmill gets it with a flat transfer node because I don't have any space to extract it in the back. I could put the exporter on the bottom like I have the external storage buses, but I think it's okay. So then this extracts the wood into this drawer, and then extracts with another flat transfer into here with the void upgrade, and I just have an emerald upgrade. We can have more if we need more sawdust, but that's fine. And I still need to add an external storage on this so we have the sawdust in the system so we can use it to make paper or more cardboard boxes if we wanted to. So that's the wood production. Then I have the mob farm. I kind of moved it and upgraded it, and you seen me do this in Stoneblock kind of similarly, but I have a layer of witch water going around and around, and I also have these wireless redstone receivers, and I have some spawners underneath. This one is a blaze spawner, and this one is a skeleton spawner. And the skeletons I wanted to convert into wither skeletons, so we get the wither drops, and if I turn these guys on, you're gonna see blaze spawn in a moment. There it goes. And this guy's gonna spawn skeletons. We'll see it in a moment as well. You can see a little bit of the particle effects that is on, and you can see them lighting up. Hello, will you spawn skeletons? Oh, you won't because I need to turn you off the lamps. I have cursed earth underneath as well. You saw skeleton spawn just there. Yeah, there was one. There's another batch, and there it goes. And I think I'm getting a bit less armor because each skeleton that gets converted loses the armor, so we kind of lose that part. But yeah, we get wither drops. I still have some swords and things that I need to filter because I have a bunch of them already in here taking up 2 filters, and I also have all of the armor here. I decided to repair it as well or charge it up, and I have a full quantum suit in my storage system, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. But I think we're going to wear the Superium armor because it does no fall damage, and we can just enchant it with mending at some point. But if I go here, quantum suit. This is pretty good, but it's too fast for my liking, because that's normal walking, that's sprint walking. It's a bit fast. And then this is flying. It makes a bit of a noise, but it's faster flying. And I believe there's no fall damage. Yeah. And how I'm charging all of this is over here. I have, see, it's too fast. I can't control it. Over here somewhere, I have a wireless charger from Wireless Charger mod, which is just charging everything with RF, which is really cool. But yeah, this is too fast for me. So what I'll do is I will get, I can also put this quantum suit back at the mob farm. We can just store it here, because we're not going to really use it for anything other than crafting more. This can get trash canned. I don't care. We can get more if we want. If we wanted to, we can just remove it from the filter, and then we're gonna get quantum suit pieces. So if we need at any point need any armor, we can just remove it from the filters. That's what I meant. And I repaired everything with this powered diamond anvil, which just uses RF to repair anything, and I toss it in the storage crate and gets put into this chest. I have some more Terra steel here that I was trying to repair, but it's fine. So yeah, that's the mob farm. It's cursed earth, it's spawners, and we're gonna do some more spawners right now. Conveniently, it is nighttime. So let me go find a witch, an enderman, and I don't know what else we want. We have blazes. The skeleton spawner I can convert. I can't really convert it, but it's skeleton. It's gonna stay skeleton spawner, but we're in the wither skeleton. Yeah, witch, enderman, wither skeleton. So let me go find those. I'm gonna take my, oh, we don't take fall damage. That's lovely. I'm gonna take my glider and go around to see if I can find an enderman and a witch, and then I'm gonna go into the nether and find a wither skeleton. So I'll be right back once I can find some of those. Here are a couple of endermen, so I'll just snag one. And next, I'm gonna need to find a witch. I found a witch here. She's gonna try and murder my face, but we gotcha. Okay. Hello, zombie with an axe and Faraday armor. Goodbye, zombie. Okay, now I'm off to the nether, so we can go back here. And I moved the nether portal as well. I have it back here now, and I linked it up properly so everything works nicely. And you might be hearing telephone ringing, but that's my dad's. I don't know if you can. It's pretty loud. Dad, will you answer your phone? No? Okay. Let me find the wither skeleton. I need to remember where the fortress is. I don't know. Ow. Blaze, stop it. Now you can't see the wither skeletons. They're down here. I could have grabbed them from my mob farm. Hello. No, thank you. I got you. We're done. Get him. Get him. Okay, let's not fall into the lava. Nether. Boom. Ah. We did it. Okay. So now, as soon as we get to the overworld, we can also, still missing wall. Haven't done that one. I also made, yeah, this gluttony charm, and I have a band of mana, and I don't know what this goddess charm is, but I put it on just for giggles. But okay, so in my backpack, I have things that I collected on this little adventure, but I have also some spawners, like so. I don't think they should spawn anything, but what we're going to do is take that, change it, wither skeleton, and then drop of evil, boom. And now we have a wither skeleton spawner. And then blaze rod, or blaze spawner, witch, that, lovely. And then zombie spawner turned into an enderman spawner, boom, done. Awesome, okay. So I need also speed upgrades, or we don't really need speed upgrades, but it's fine. So we can go to the mob farm now. Mob farm. Let's turn everything off. And that can be turned on. Wonderful. So let me go. This will be a bit of interesting setup. I don't know which one's which. I think this was the enderman. So I think we can remove and really need to do this on camera. All the spawners are in place, and because we're gonna have so many endermen, which one, I removed the skeleton spawner because we don't really need it now, because I only use the skeleton spawner to get more skeletons that got converted into wither skeletons. I believe that is the blaze, get everything, yeah. Endermen, they don't teleport away. They were teleporting away because of the witches, because if I put the ender tether, this prevents any sort of ender teleportation, so even this. It warps me here. So if I had it in there to prevent enderman from teleporting away, it would teleport me away. So that's not going to be good. But that's working. This guy's producing fine. This is keeping up. Everything is wonderful. I still need to add those to the filters. I'll do that in a moment. But I have some more things to show you that I did in between episodes because I totally forgot. I don't need that. Don't need the fences. Don't need that. Okay, first of all, I increased the capacity of my storage crates into a medium storage crates, so they have a bunch more space now, which is lovely, because I still have just the 10. I didn't really show, I had 2 before, but I made 8 more, and we can make more if we wanted to. It's not that difficult to make, not a difficult crafting recipe at all. Or we could increase the types or the size of the storage cells, but it's still weird how it can only hold 63 types and 65,000 bytes. It's really weird, but that's okay. So we're going to use mostly drawers for anything anyways, and we can for now still use the medium storage crates for everything that we can't really sort. So that's cool. But down here, I have the machines still in the same place. I lowered the floor by 1 block, so we have a nice little border going around here. And we can also probably reduce the size of this drawer. We can set up another one indented and then put the drawers maybe a little bit more indented, which might look better. Or possibly we're gonna even be moving the drawers to different locations anyway when we get the items. Mostly like the mob farm stuff is gonna stay here because it is what it is. I don't really wanna have a separate drawer system by the mob farm and run a cable way over there. I don't really wanna do that, but over here I increased my power production. We have now 7 gas burning generators, all burning ethylene at a 24 rate, which I think is the max that they can do. So that is neat. And I have 2 electrolytic separators and 2 PRCs making us ethylene. And the in the back here, I moved my thermoelectric generators. I don't think it's all of them, but it's a few. And these are kind of like a backup power. So they power the melons, so they can never run out of power. And they also power the basic crushing factor, which also in turn gets power from the generators when the generators are running. But what happened in between episodes, I ran out of power because I was charging up the quantum suit and everything drained and it was all weird and wonky. But then the melons stopped producing, and because the melons stopped producing, the PRC stopped producing ethylene and the whole power system shut down. And I was relying on the 1800 RF that I was making from the thermoelectrics that was going into the EMI controller. So I sorted that out by putting the thermoelectrics here, and they power specifically these 2 setups. So we have the melons in here now, and that is all good. I can also add an external storage over here because we're gonna need melons for food if we wanted to make the lighted meals. But maybe we'll make another food. We should be good. Okay. So I have the wireless RF battery here. I have an atomic reconstructor on the other side because this was the only convenient place for it to be. But we can set this up in the future at some point, like an automatic way. But over here I have an ultimate energy cube which stores 51 million RF. It looks like it. 51.2 million, which is really cool. This is not a difficult recipe, and I can add like a 3x3 of these if I wanted to. The only problem with this is it doesn't in and out on the same side. It can only output on like one of the sides and input on the other. So I can't really have just cables in the back inputting and outputting like the Endorio capacitor bank can, for example. So that is cool. This fire charm we can just repair. Like, it's super easy. And then we grab it from here. And also, for example, my Superior armor gets damaged, I can just toss it into here and it will shortly get repaired. Shouldn't take that long. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, sweet. So let me see what I want to do today actually, like something, some sort of automation of something can happen. So let me look at that and I'll be back shortly. I made some garden cloches off camera because we have everything that we need. The ejector upgrades are just tin plates and dense tin plates we can make in the pressurizer, and the heavy engineering block is just rhenium plates, iron mechanical components, like everything we have from this. So I just made a bunch and I'm gonna set them up here, possibly do, I don't know how, but maybe if we grab some drawers. I don't really necessarily need to see the crops growing, it is kind of nice, but if we grab a bunch of drawers, I don't have any more. But over here, I think I'm gonna go for the lighted meals because they don't require me to grow anything that has a tree, because anything that has a tree, I need to either grow manually. For example, if we look here, mangoes, I need the phytogenic insulator, and that requires the basic machine frame, which is the thermionic fabricator with an iron casing, machine case, heavy engineering block, and this machine frame, and this one is the complicated one. It requires dry rubber, heat vents, golden gears, more pink slime. So we need to automate pink slime. We possibly need to get a pink slime spawner. That's going to be good. So yeah, I'm going to do the lighted meals. So we have a sustainable food source, so we can get our nutrients all the way up. And we can also use, if we make more delighted meals than what we can just put them into culinary generators for a bit of extra power, and that could be cool. So I think I'll choose somewhere. Maybe I'll do an entire wall, but I don't know yet. I'll just dig out 7 blocks in the back of everything around here so we have space for machines, and then I'll figure out how I want it set up, and I will do that and show you the cloches once I have it ready. I set up the cloches that we need for the delighted meal. We are running into a problem where we need the beef. This guy, raw venison, raw prime beef, prime steak, toe fake, or beef. The regular beef can be done with cow essence, which is tier 2. Tier 2 crafting seeds aren't that difficult, you know? I can actually get a cow seed probably, and that'll be super simple. I was thinking of putting up a cow spawner in the mob farm, but cow seeds will solve our issues. Do we have any chunks? We have 2 cow chunks. So let me go around and hunt a couple more cows. I can probably do it. Did I not have like a Cowtopia waypoint? I didn't. I probably was on another server or something. Or maybe I had it before. But let me go find some cows. I'm going to go somewhere like possibly to spawn, and then around here there's probably a bunch of cows. So let's just do... I don't have spawn anymore on here, at least. We have the old base though. Spawn is over there. Okay, let me go find some cows, get the 2 more cow essence or cow chunks that I need, and then I believe I can make the cow essence. I got the 4 cow chunks, but at least now that we have a Tania, we can get 2 prosperity shards, which we need to make the rest of the stuff, which is basically here. Prosperity shards, wonderful. I have more rock crystals, but I'm not going to use more of them because we don't really need it right now, and we'll get more rock crystals in the future, I think. So now cow seed. I can get a base crafting seed now. And of course I don't have seeds in the drawers because they're all down here that aren't connected yet. Of course, seed. I'll just take the 1. I'll connect them to the drawers soon anyway, or I'll add an external storage and probably a drawer controller. That base crafting seed, tier 1 seed. I don't know if I have enough prudentium. I do. Okay, and then we can just do cow seed. Nice. And then I have the drawer, I have the upgrades, so we can just come over here. And this guy I'll actually move. I've been moving them around for a while, but we'll do cow essence, put you here, give you a void upgrade, and then 6 of the emerald upgrades. And then the inferium, you can come over here and do your thing. Again, void upgrade and 6 of the storage upgrades. And then we can quantify locket, quantify locket. Okay, so that'll get us cow essence. And as soon as I get 3 cow essence, I can show you the beef. Are you gonna grow? Hello. Almost done. There you go. Let's grab 3, and if we go up to the desert base, we can just do a crafting recipe like that to get 4 beef. It's gonna be cool. I will probably still, I don't know if that's gonna be fast enough, but probably in between episodes, I'll go and find a bunch more spawners so I can make another spawner changer. And with another spawner changer, I'll make a cow spawner, and I will use that for passive beef, basically. I also want to set up another one of the ethylene power productions because we're kind of sometimes struggling for power. I am also in the process of making more energy cubes. These now fully store power, and apparently they don't do the whole circle thing unless I click into them. Interesting. Okay, but they do a cool like tesseract kind of style thing in the middle, which is really neat. I had to configure them with the configurator because it was really wonky if I configured it in here. Like, you can see the top, I think, is still input, so we can top do nothing and then do nothing. And that's going to be left and right. But when I configured it in here, it didn't do the right stuff on the right sides, basically. It was weird. Maybe it depended on how I placed it, but I don't know, really. It works now, it's all good, and this atomic reconstructor will go somewhere else, probably. We can just toss it in here. I also moved some of the other machines around because I needed to make more steel so I could make more of the gas burning generators and more of the thingies. I still need to make all the upgrades, but I'll do that off camera because you've already seen me set it up once. And I do auto crafting with AE because we're just gonna have everything in the drawers and we can just set up all the recipes in AE and do that. So I will go and make a bunch of we need molecular. Oh, I'll just search for assembler. Is this a different recipe? Crafter tier 3, crafter tier 1, machine block. That is not a problem. Okay. That can be done. So yeah, let me do a bit of crafting because I'm going to need the pattern terminal, the interface terminal, and all that. And then I need to craft some molecular assemblers, which shouldn't be too difficult. These are just, it's just a bunch of crafting tables. So just a bunch of wood, which we have. And I'm glad I automated that part. We can make the machine blocks because, oh, you get 3 with this recipe, but this should be fine. I have reinforced stone and I have basic machine casings, and we can make more dense iron plates. But I should have, what am I missing? Oh, polished stone. Not a problem. I don't know how many of these I want to set up. Probably, that's going to be half a stack. That should be decent if we do that much. Okay, I need to do a bunch of crafting to make all of the analog crafters and all that, and I'll be back once I have everything ready to start auto crafting. I got everything for the molecular assemblers. It does take a huge amount of wood. Hello? No? Oh, they're in my inventory. Okay, 32 molecular assemblers. That's all I could get. And what I think I'll do is we're gonna grab some storage upgrades. Let's do these 4 diamond ones, because why not? We can use those. And I'll do this. Give you those some upgrades. And also, now we're going to get the ability to do the recipes. So we could do the recipe for wood essence to make acacia wood, because we're going to need it if we want to store that much wood. This is going to require a lot of channels and a lot of cabling, probably. Or another set of cables go in a disrally type direction. I don't necessarily know where I want to set this up, because this normally I do on 32 channels, but we can just use less channels and do it in a disrally type area, or maybe, yeah, we could do it here probably. So if we do one, do we want to do this and then do the interfaces in the back? And we could do I don't necessarily know how I want to do this. I could put it somewhere in here and have just like a tower of interfaces and to do the whole 32 of the thing. Maybe if we do here, whoops, no, here, and then we do 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I grab my wand, I also made a diamond wand as well, which is really neat. We can do that. Actually, that's not gonna be, that's only 32 of the assemblers. And we're not going to get that many recipes, but it's going to be fast. So if we want right now, I mean, the limit on making more molecular assemblers is, to be honest, this, which isn't really a limit. It's aluminum and iron, which we have. We just need automation is the limit, kind of. And the reinforced stone is Groton stone and clay dust, which we have. And then polished stone, which is more stone. Yeah, I can get to automating this. I think this will be good for now. And that's going to be 8 interfaces. So that's going to be 8 channels. And let's go down here and see. Hello? Ah, I see. Thank you. Okay. Apparently that didn't want to break. We have channels over there and we have channels over here. Let's just see how many we're using. We have 18 channels here and we're using 3 here. So let's just bring it over from here, and we're gonna reorganize the channels later. We just need auto crafting for now, just so I can make recipes for things and get some sort of automation going for that part. So we're gonna just put in that sandstone. Wonderful. Hello? No? Okay. Everything, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna need acceleration cards, but I can auto-craft those. I can get a recipe for it. But yeah, now let me do the whole, we need the terminals. So I'm gonna make not the fluid, we need the interface terminal. So we're just gonna need some illuminated panels. Just 6 of them. 1 interface terminal, 1 pattern terminal, which is the crafting terminal, which is the ME terminal. Scrap 2 of those and make crafting terminal. I need some crafting tables. I'll just do this so I don't have to click away on the recipe. Let's make 2 crafting terminals and make a pattern terminal, because I think we're going to need a crafting terminal if we want to get into this. Oh, it's even 4 crafting terminals. Anyway, we could be getting into this though, into wireless power. Hello, we're a crafting maestro now. So let's do that and that. And then we need some cable. Cable. Boom. So weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Interface, pattern. Pattern terminal. We can make some patterns. And of course, yeah, why I don't know why it's using pure Certus, but that's okay. So let's make a pattern for a blank pattern and not use Certus. Use that, please. And we can add it here. And now we can do pattern. Oh, we don't have a crafting storage. Yep, I forget about that. So let me craft another 64K storage disk, and we can just use that for our basic crafting storage. I decided to make two 64K crafting storages because we're gonna need it to craft a bunch of stuff, and we can also craft 2 recipes at the same time, and we don't run out of crafting storage. Otherwise we would be able to just do 1 recipe, and that will help in the process of making the delighted meal as well. And we're gonna upgrade and get more and more of those as we go on, or as we need them probably. The next part is to get the whole milk going, but I realized that this episode is getting very, very long as well. So I think I'm going to end it off here, and we're going to come back next episode, and we're going to automate the delighted meal fully, hopefully. I'll prepare everything that I need for the cow and getting of the milk, and then we can use that to make the heavy cream that we need for the butter, and we can use it to craft other things with milk. I think we only need butter for the toast, and that should be it, I think. But yeah.